boy Jazz Tha Supplier, VVCRadio.com. It's the Aries Lounge podcast. Make sure you subscribe on VVC Life on our YouTube channel right now. Just click that subscribe button. The drink is getting to me already. And also, make sure you like this video and drop a comment below. Somebody, a lucky person, whoever dropped a comment, we're gonna pick one person who dropped a comment in our next one. And every swear that I put a coin in here is gonna represent $1 that I'm gonna give a person. And that's how we gonna do it. Shout out to my mom number 2 who told me I cursed too much in the first video. So, you know what I mean? I wanted to make sure that I try to correct myself as much as I can to grow as a person. You know what I mean? So tonight, I'm so blessed and honored to have, one of Baltimore's legends. He's a living legend. I refer to him as my OG because I really feel like he carries that. He first of all, you carry that respect about yourself. You know what I'm saying? You carry yourself as a man. You carry yourself as a businessman. And I hold you in high regard. Ever since the first time we met, you've been open and gracious with me.
Absolutely.
You've always been very honest. This is Grandman in the building. How you feeling, bro?
I feel like one of the 5 heartbeats, man.
Word. Okay. Okay.
I feel like Eddie Kane, when he was in church singing.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like him right now. I'm cool, man.
You fresh as always.
Yeah, I'm in my element, man.
Man, jewelry shining.
You know what was just funny though? A lot of my older homeboys, they kind of shy and run away from old age. I embrace it. I love when people call me Uncle.
For what? What's the problem with that?
Yeah, I know how to move, man. One of the beauties in life is when you learn how to think for others, man. It's a gift.
Right.
That's what wisdom comes with over time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I love it. I love being an OG. Y'all can call me Unc, Hunted, whatever y'all want, man. I love it.
Now, the first time we met, I don't know if you remember. It's been a few years now. I was in the basement. We had this cruddy basement space that we used to we used to record our radio shows out of. He came through, you know what I'm saying? My man Money actually linked us up. Shout out my man Money. You had the fresh outfit on. He had about $2,000 outfit on, fresh out of a situation. You know what I'm saying? I'll just say it like that, fresh off vacation. You know what I mean?
That was a hell of a vacation too. I lost like 60 pounds on that vacation.
Matter of fact, that was the first time I met Ball. You introduced me to Ball mad early. You were like, he's gonna be next up.
Right.
He's like, you gotta keep your eyes on him. He's gonna do something spectacular. We gonna definitely get in the Ball in a little bit. But I gotta give you props for even seeing that as early as you saw it, number one, and number 2 for giving me an opportunity because you could have gone anywhere. Like I'm quite sure you did 92Q, all these other things, but I appreciate you just allowing enough.
I did almost every radio station in my time. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of relationships. You know what I'm saying? Because one of the things that I did when I was high, when I was street high, or one of the things I did when I was kind of like locally street high, I was humble. Because the same people you see going up, you see coming down.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So I try to make everybody seem like they're important because actually they are. You outran 600 million sperm cells to be here.
Facts.
So you are important. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at it. So I try to get, one of my greatest weaknesses and strengths is that I see the best, try to find the best in everybody.
Right.
You know, and that's kind of my issue, but it's kind of my strength too. So that's how I am.
So let's start back. I don't want to take a whole lot of time. I know you've told the story a billion times, but I want to give my new viewers that are on YouTube an opportunity to understand the reason why you were just one of the illest guys out in Baltimore. So how did you get started in the music game?
Actually, I was in the streets, and it was this guy named Caddy the Don that I met when I was in the pen. You know, I did like 10 years on 15, but I went in early, so I came out. I went in young, and I still came out young.
Right.
And, he used to rap in the yard a lot, so when he came home, we hooked up. We hooked up on some street shit. My brother started, at the same time, making beats, which was EYs, you know what I'm saying? So he was real hot then, He got all old and drive trucks and shit now. Shout out to my brother.
Why you just threw him hot plates? You just threw him under the bus.
No. I call him Mr. Watson now because he always, he talk to me, come on, honey, all the time. So, but, so what happened was I had a few dollars then. So I put money behind one dude named Tha. And it kind of didn't work because I was kind of pushing the streets. Even though he was talented, I wanted to be organic. I wanted to match the words.
Got you.
I never wanted to be the nigga where I'm spitting all this shit. Then when you see me, I got some ran down classics on or some shit like that. So I wanted my words to match. You know what I'm saying? What I was saying in my mouth. So I put money behind Caddy, but he ended up going to the feds. So I said, fuck it, I'm gonna do it myself. I hooked up with Squirrel Wide. I started doing stuff for the what that shit is.
What is that? The train?
The train. Yeah. I mean, he be calling around the way or whatever, but
word.
After that,
you want me to turn it around?
Flip the strap up.
Mm-hmm. Flip the strap up. Oh, there you go. That's genius. Didn't think about that.
After that, man, that was like I started getting hot in the streets, man. Then I dropped my first project. I did my first project. Well, I didn't know how to rap, but Architects Studio helped me a lot, which is Naj, Mac, and Mike, man. They actually taught me how to rap.
Mm-hmm.
Gave me the phone, the breakdown, 16s, hooks, and all this other shit. I ain't know nothing. My second project was a gangster grill, so that really kind of took me kind of like Atlanta, naturally New York, Philly. You know what I'm saying? I had a song that was #5 in Canada one time.
Wow!
Yeah.
Congratulations!
Yeah, one of my highest paid shows in Carolina for $7,000. And this was before the internet, this was before all that stuff. Like, man, when I had 150,000 views on Wet Wet, like, that was big shit.
Right.
Now 100,000 views, like, that shit ain't nothing to these kids. These kids that had 1 million views, man.
That's a fact. So, what was, when you were in the studio and you were creating, what were the inspirations? What were the things that got you, oh man, I gotta write about this, da-da-da-da-da?
My thing was, I always said to myself, if I just try to be as truthful as possible, it'll come across better.
Gotcha.
If I sit and rap and said I pulled up in a lead jet and I'm on stage saying it, they're gonna look at me like I got 9 heads.
Fact.
Now you can do that shit.
Right.
You can say any goddamn thing. Because it's a mumble rap, you can, as long as the beat and the hook good.
Right.
But back then it was kind of like Jeezy and slow rap. It was words with substance behind it. Now you can say, these people say anything.
Fact.
As long as the hook good, you good.
You in there.
Look, Percocets. Molly Percocets.
Percocets.
I mean, it's a hook.
Facts.
I'm just trying to tell you.
So once you got hot, you know what I'm saying, you went on vacation for a while.
Like 5 years.
You know what I'm saying? And then you came back, and then this is this is pretty much present time. You know, am I correct on that?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure I got the chronology right. So with that, you coming home to social media, you coming home to Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, which were elements that didn't exist before you went in. You know what I mean? Even smartphones. They had, you know, we had the Nextels and the Blackberries, but nothing like what we have now. So first of all, how was it being reintroduced to the world with those elements?
You know what's honest, and it's an honest answer. I went to jail for like 10.5 years before, and I caught up quicker than me going to jail in the feds for 5 years. I'm still learning the streets because my mind elevated. So stuff that's important to people is not important to me.
Correct.
I don't care what you're doing across the street. I don't got to take a picture every time I stop. If I'm pissing the air, I'm not going to take a picture. I don't fuck on this shit. I got to post everything. So I'm still learning. All right, let me say this. Social media has really showed you to break down the family structure. Let me explain. If it's a man in the house, fuck gonna be putting ass.
Facts.
So what dudes do, they take on the characteristics of the woman. Which what I'm saying. It's not nothing bad for the woman. Right. She's emotional. She's supposed to be like that. But you are not. We problem solvers. So niggas take on the emotion. Women start acting like bitches. So every time there's a problem, they put on social media. You bitch ass nigga, guns and money. And like, damn, it's nothing to yourself no more. Right. Men don't move like that.
Facts.
One thing whenever you let somebody know how you feel, you sabotage yourself. It's power in just knowing.
Facts.
There's a few niggas I know don't like me. As long as he don't pose a threat to me, I don't give a shit.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? But that's what happens. Social media shows you how many niggas out here act like women.
Facts.
And it's the truth, man. I can't even relate to that shit. So I move how I move, man. And when I dropped the project, when I came home, it was called Give Them Hope, and I was really trying to get these kids the game. But actually, Los hit me from Cali when I was in a halfway house. Was like, yo, you gonna fly over these kids' head? And I did. That's exactly what happened. I flew right over their goddamn head, man. I'm telling them, like, yo, I went away. I had songs like Went Away and things like that. So,
but, I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like it's not that you went over top of kids' heads. I feel like you being a more mature man, you now, they call it adult contemporary hip-hop now. So, just like the example of Jay-Z and Beyonce dropping their group album, that's not for the little kids. They don't understand marriage. You know what I'm saying? They don't understand being grown and empowering others. You know, but I need to hear that. Like, you know, I needed to hear your album.
But my aim was for them.
Right.
Now, if I aimed for you, I accomplished my goal.
Fact.
But I was aiming for them like, yo, you ain't trying to play with these people. I seen them give a motherfucker 15 years for a bullet chain. Not a bullet. A bullet chain. I seen these people give a motherfucker 11 years for 11 pills of crack. I seen these people give a motherfucker their height, which is 5'11", 511 months. So I'm trying to tell y'all like, yo, it's like slavery in there. You work every day for 15 cents.
Wow.
You gotta work in the feds. Listen, man, when you get paid, it's $15 a month. $15 a month. There's people turn down jobs on the street for $15 an hour.
Facts.
That's slave wages. They got away from slavery. They said we're gonna put all these drugs in the community. We're gonna put bars on every corner. We're gonna shut down the schools. You feel what I'm saying? One of the schools last winter they couldn't handle heat in the school.
Right. Yeah, to shut down.
Like what? But you build a jail on Egg and Greenman. But you can't find heat for an elementary school. But you build a new jail on Egg and Greenman. You tell me where the aim at. You tell me where the aim at.
That's a fact. So now, because that was actually one of my questions that I had written down, is like, how do you... So if the album kind of went over the kids' heads, why, number one, do you feel like it went over their head? You know, and number two...
Already.
How have you... Because it seems like when you post something inspirational on your Instagram, there's so many people commenting, there's so many people reacting to it. I get text messages, I see people reposting and stuff. So how is it that it seems like the Instagram seems to be connecting, but the records don't?
Because it's more organic. And everything is visual in 2018.
Gotcha.
When you post something on Instagram, people see what you are. They see if it's not you. They know what I say is me. They know I be talking to myself 40% of the time. Some of the things I post on most of the things I post on Instagram is because I went through it. And you can see it in my face. Like one time I posted, I say, don't nobody in the world want to be thought of as dumb. Like, listen, even though dudes run around in Baltimore calling each other dummy this and dummy that as a term of endearment, they still don't want to be thought of as dumb.
Facts.
But you can do all this dumb ass shit on Instagram. Money, guns, drugs, weed. And then fast kicking you talking about somebody told on you. Nigga, you told on yourself. You told on yourself, my nigga.
Facts.
True men, when they get up in the morning, they look in the mirror and they understand who they really are. Not the projection you put on yourself. When I wake up in the morning, I'm like, yeah, I'm a father of 3. I gotta get this bag. I gotta pay my rent. I gotta pay my car note. This is who I am. I'm not gonna say, damn, I play in the NBA. I caught 5 touchdowns in the NFL. That's what's going on out here. You live it, they like, all right, for instance, 2 black people get together. Be together for 15 years, have a child. They love each other. They had a child out of love. This child grew up trying to be something he's not. That's disrespect to his parents.
Facts.
It's facts.
But how do you deal with that? Especially as you know what? I don't want to go down that rabbit hole because we'll be down that rabbit hole forever. But you know what I mean? As a father, and just make it without us going too far into it. As a father, how do you navigate keeping your children going down the path that you went down?
Trying to be a living example of the principles that I pronunciate, meaning that I gotta live it. Children learn more about what you do than what you say. My mom used to be like all the time, don't smoke, but she had Newports in her hand. Don't you think she would have got across more better if she wasn't smoking? True. That's how it is, man. That's all.
That's a fact. All right, so now this is great. I love where we are because this goes right into one of my actual real first questions that I wrote down is how does a black man navigate his way out of poverty without destroying himself or the community around him, in your opinion?
Let me say this, yo. One of the greatest lies ever told in the world is that if you get money, you're going to be happy. Let's use example. Jacqueline Onassis, $500 million. She died alone. Money don't make... The most money I ever had was the most unhappy I ever been.
Why is that?
Because I had it. And I could do whatever I want. And I had nobody to share it with. It didn't make me happy. Me being around people made me happy. And let me tell you a secret that people don't know. If you just choose to be happy, if you just make that choice, honestly, everything you ever want will come to you. That's how you do it, my nigga. Just choose to be happy. You can get everything you want. The thing is, we in competition with each other. He got the Balenciagas, I'm going to get the Givenchy. He got the coupe. I'm gonna get the Benz.
Yeah, right.
I don't give a fuck what you got across the street, my nigga. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna buy something that's gonna make me happy. I shop at H&M. I shop in Zara. I shop in Louis Vuitton. I shop in Target. I shop in Gucci. I'm not in competition with nobody. I'm not gonna cop an outfit and post a fucking picture so y'all can see every outfit I got. Most of the shit I post got the same black and gray sweatsuit every time. And I'm comfortable because I'm comfortable in my own skin, my nigga. Like, if you just choose to be happy, just choose to be it. Mm-hmm. Everything you want to come to you. That's why, I'm never broke. Because I'm never miserable. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to let nobody project their misery on me. Oh, you doing bad over there? Can I assist you? No, okay. That's what they got Ubers for. I'm out. You feel what I'm saying? It's the truth, bro.
So how did you get to this place where you've got the security within yourself?
Failure. Let me tell you something. Being locked up.
You getting deep right now.
Being locked up, knife fights when I was 17. You got to think, when you're young, your eyes wide. So you're searching. You're trying to find yourself. I found myself when I was around like 25. And I understood two things being in prison. All the tough guys were being ran by the smart guys. The smart guys caught all the shit in jail and fed people. I said, hold up. So people don't just respect violence, huh? People respect people that can feed them. You feel what I'm saying? When I was coming up, I thought people didn't respect nothing but violence, so I tried to be as violent as possible. I got locked up 2 murders and 4 attempts at 17. I was wild boy. Most of my homeboys know, that's what I'm saying. But as I got older, I educated myself like, hold up. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is knowing. Like I told you before, I said, man, it's power in just knowing. I could sit here and watch a dude, my nigga, and never speak to him and never deal with him off of what he do. My Uncle Gerald, before he died, he had an aneurysm. He told me this. And I posted this. He said, this is the law of the jungle, and it's going to save your life. And it did. He said, if an elephant ever show you that he got stripes, no matter what this elephant do from that day forward, he should always be a zebra to you.
Yeah, that's so crazy, but it's deep.
And it's crazy, but it's deep. Mm-hmm. He should always be a zebra to you, bro. Mm-hmm. You can't come back and say, yo, that nigga snitched on. Yo, listen, most of the people get told on, they see it. That person do something within that time frame of dealing with each other that show him like, that nigga ain't right. But he overlook it. There's no such thing as nobody just telling him, you seen that shit. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's a fact. That's a fact. All right, so my second question is, in your opinion, why do we, as black people in our community, why do we prefer leaving our communities and leaving our people so that we can have a better life versus facing our difficulties in the community and facing the difficulties we have with our own people and making it better and increasing the value in our own community?
Somebody told me, just because your money changed don't mean your lifestyle have to.
Okay.
And I know some guys that actually build in their community. I don't know if dudes know them, but they was in the game, they got out the game, and they bought a lot of houses and community. They actually stayed in that community. But what I would never do is knock somebody from relocating. Okay. What I knock is you relocating, and that's it.
Right.
If your target is the community and you want to be a living example of change, then you should always go back to the community. Facts. But if you just leave, then okay, then that's what you was about in the beginning. I'm never going to tell nobody not to change their way of living. What I'm saying is, help somebody change theirs.
Right.
Their way of living. You feel what I'm saying? I'm never going to knock that, man. You want to move in White Marsh, which a lot of people think that's a good community. You move in White Marsh, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But help build a community center in the hood where you came from.
Right.
That's only if you're in a position to do so. Because if you can't change it with your money, you always can change it with your mouth. Right. That's why I'm on Instagram. Right. I can't drop money in the community. I can't build stuff to people right now. But I can give them wisdom.
Right.
And maybe I can change somebody else's life. You feel me?
Now, let me tell you, this is a personal experience I've had. Like, now, I flip properties and I'm in construction as a part of what I do. Mm-hmm. And I was sitting down with some investor friends that all are from Baltimore. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, yo, I want to, because Poplar Grove is a dilapidated area. But it was a prominent black community for a long time. I said, yo, let's buy 15 houses in Poplar Grove and fix them up. Mm-hmm. Let's get this neighborhood or these couple blocks together. And they are like avidly against it. And, oh man, I ain't going to that hood. And I'm confused as to why it is that there's such a strong push against us being invested in our own. And I'm really just talking about Baltimore. I don't know how New York deals and LA deals, but why can't we see the value in our own things?
Self-hate. You gotta think. Let's just deal with let's start from slavery. It's a long process.
Okay.
We get brought over here in the bottom of boats, slaves. We lost more people jumping off the boats into the water than the Jews lost in the Holocaust. But people don't talk about that. We lost more blacks on the middle passage coming over here than the Jews lost in the Holocaust. This is fact. Hell at getting over here.
Right.
Because a lot of blacks, I'm not going over that motherfucker, they committed suicide. Once we get over here, they strip up of our religion, our name, our way of life, our culture. This is generations of hate. And let me tell you some of the things they did. They would take a pregnant black slave, tie it to a mule, have all the black men sitting out there, slap the mule, split the woman in half, and the baby would fall out of the body and they would step on it. That would kill any encouragement.
Right.
So what we do, we turn on each other because it's anger. That's all we can do. So ain't nobody going to invest in themselves if they don't love themselves. It's just a fact. Of course they don't want to invest in Poplar Grove because what's going on in Poplar Grove? Drugs, death, disease. I see something different. I see, okay, I'm investing in Poplar Grove because guess what? John Hopkins.
But you laughing, but it's real. Yo, John Hopkins has trillions of dollars.
How many people that got houses? I know my homeboy right now, they got houses up there by John Hopkins right now that he sold to John Hopkins. He bought for $10,000. They cashed him out at $120 and $130.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? I just think different though, but you got to change a person's mindset so they can change their own lives.
Right.
I'm just telling you what it is.
I'm seeing in the neighborhoods I grew up in, I see, they used to be all 100% black. Now have, white families just jogging down the street till 7 a.m. You know what I mean? And it's still drugs. It's still
the Baltimore area.
Right.
Same way.
Right. Garrison. There's a lot of areas, even though, like you said, all of that area now, John Hopkins, it's still a really bad, rough area, but they're renovating the property, selling it,
That's
and
what
families are
man. Listen, man. You can't take. Only thing you can take to your grave is what you do good and bad in this world, bro. You're not caught up on all that goofy shit. I can't take this watch or these chains or these Givenchy's I got on or the money I got now. I can't take it to my grave. All I can take to my grave is what I do good and bad in this world. So I think like that. Go fuck about that shit, my nigga. And I'm trying to give back to the black community because I don't want nobody to do nothing to my kids. So I hope I can change somebody else's life. So when they see my son on the streets, they're not jealous and envious of him.
Agreed. All right. So my next question is, how have you transitioned from street life to being the inspirational speaker and artist and businessman that you become? Like, tell us about that journey. How did you even come to that decision to where, like, all right, now
I was working. I actually came home and I started posting and saying little things in the streets because I wasn't comfortable with it. I had to say something. Men speak out.
Right.
If you can't change it with your word, you can't change it with your heart, you got to change it with your word. If you can't change it with your hand, you got to change it with your mouth. If you can't change it with your mouth, you got to hate it in your heart. So I can change it with my mouth. So I'm speaking to these kids because it was a natural transition. I'm going to say it because I ain't got no fear problem. A lot of these old dudes be like, man, I ain't taught them young niggas crazy. I said, yeah, I was crazy too. What? Well, fuck. I got to talk to these kids, man. I got to get this message across to these kids. If I'm on my deathbed today or tomorrow, like, I tried. Nothing beats defeat but a try. Because you don't never know who's listening. That's why I tell my son, don't press that send button until you're 100% sure you can live with the results.
Right. That's real. All right, so outside of it, that natural transition to being a public speaker, like, I had an uncle. He did a good amount of time. Now, the difference with him coming out and getting his life back on track is that my family has a support system. So we made sure that he had clothes. We made sure that, plus he had a skill. He was a carpenter. Even before I was born, he was a carpenter. So he had a skill to get back into. When you coming out and you're reintroduced into the world, like, did you have talents that you could fall back on outside of your street your street skills, and how do you deal with that? Like,
no, actually, I mean, the beauty of my situation. I'm only talking about my situation. It was that I took care of a lot of people before I went in.
Gotcha.
And one of my homies, like every time he seen me, he gave me $1,000.
Wow.
I swear.
And I mean, call him on the phone.
It was almost to the point. I was like, yo, bro, I swear I can't keep. Like, man, fuck that shit. He remembered, and you know, like even when I was in prison, I never missed a commissary. I used to wake up and have money on my account and don't even know where it came from, because I was good to people, and so when it was time for them to return the favor, they did. You know, and it was a seamless transition for me. It was hard, like naturally, like everybody else, but people were willing to help me. That's why I tell you, the same people you see on the way up, you see on the way down. Humble yourself. Humility is not thinking less of yourself, it's thinking of yourself less. It's not about you. It ain't.
Wow.
Hey, listen, I was two types of people in my life. I was the nigga with $250 meant everything in the world to him. And I was the nigga with $25,000 meant nothing. I understand money.
Right.
So I'm not going to betray you. I'm not going to cross you. I'm not going to sell you to the police. I'm not doing none of that shit for money. I stand on my words. I live my words. If I say it, I mean it. I live it. That's how it's a seamless transition for me, my nigga. I mean, I ain't got to have nothing. I got hope. I got ambition. I'm always going to be good. Because I understand that I make money. Money won't make me better. You know what I'm saying? These niggas out here killing about phones. It would take a human life for an iPhone. Let me tell a story. This is real shit.
Go ahead.
Nelly Nell dropped this CD, right?
Shout out to him.
Shout out to him.
You're gonna have to link me up. I need to do that interview.
I got you. That's nothing.
Let's go.
Nelly Nell dropped the CD. So nigga like, shit, I ain't going no more. Don't he said that motherfucker $20. I say, my nigga, your Bailey's is $4.70. You know how I know your Bailey's $4.70? Because we both rode down Virginia together. Who's Bailey?
I have no idea.
Neither do I. But I know Nelly Nell.
Right.
And if I didn't know him, I can meet him because he's from Baltimore. And he's a stand-up guy. That's what happened when Nelly Nell went to jail. Ain't nobody go with him. He ain't telling nobody. He's a stand-up guy. He was a man since I met him. Why wouldn't I spend $20? Nigga, that's a chicken wrap from Sharif's.
Right?
I made him feel so bad he bought 3 CDs. Come on, man. You want to support your own, but you'll support a motherfucker in Italy that you don't even know.
That's a fact.
Come on, man.
That's a fact. Please. I'm going to make a clip out of that. Because there's too many cats in our city that... It's the same argument I have when people come to me and say, Jay, when you going to do another event? Why weren't you at the last 10 events? I did.
I support, man.
Artists come out and say, well, yo, we need more stuff for artists. You got to support the stuff that people do for the artists. If you want to have platforms, you got to support the platforms. And you know what I'm saying? Like I told people for many years, if you want to have a music scene, you got to be a part of it.
Exactly.
If you want to have a better community, you got to get into the community. But anyway, we'll get more into that another time. Okay. All right. Do we have now? I want to get into talking about, and I understand codes and rules for the street, so it's going to be hard to have this conversation without giving out information, and I hope we can navigate this without going crazy. But as a person born in Poplar Grove, Baltimore City, in the hood, there are street codes, and there's rules and regulations on how things operated when I was growing up. However, I was born in an earlier time. I'm an older cat.
Me too.
Now, in this time period, even though you still might have relationships and connections, are there systems in place to protect the community from the internal problems? Say, for instance, if there is individuals who might be murdering people senselessly, or they might be selling to kids in schools or whatever. Is there any kind of system in place like it used to be? Is there anybody, or there big homies that say, yo, don't do that. You need to move this, or go to the left, or nah, don't be around here. Does that exist anymore?
How do you fix the upset stomach?
It's
an internal problem, right?
It's definitely an internal problem.
You got to put something in your stomach to cure that ailment, right?
Correct.
The only way we can save the community is within. It can't be police, it can't be FBI, it can't be nobody coming in Got to be somebody who was in the struggle to help change. What happened is a lot of the respected guys were drug dealers in the 80s and the 90s.
Correct.
Feds came and took them away for 20, 30, 25 years. So now there's a gap between the young and old. Mm-hmm. So now the young niggas in the street forced to learn on their own. They ain't got no OG like me.
Right.
That's a lot of them pull me. They got an OG like me. They come say, hold up, Chad. Don't do that. Like, for instance, my man got a son, like a family member to me. He be posting money a lot. I be like, listen, nigga, I know your father. He gonna shoot. I don't know your homeboys. And you posting all this money on Instagram. Think for us. Think for how I'm going to ride for your father. Don't think about your homeboys. Think for us. Because he OG. So don't post your money. Don't blast it out to the internet so somebody can rob you or try to duct tape you or try to hurt you. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You promote your own downfall. If you got money, you know you got money. Why everybody else got to know? Yeah, everybody else got to know.
That's a fact. Yeah. That's a fact. So, all right, and I'm asking this question. I had some relationships where some individuals had. It was just a bunch of drama. Let's just get out of that. But I want to get into like how do we get to a place where we can start rebuilding? We've talked about investing in our community. We've talked about education. Now with the reality is that there's still a huge street element. We still have a lot of kids. We still got a lot of wild individuals running around. How can we build without actually dealing with checking the individuals who are part of it? Let's say, for example, if I buy a house and I start building it and I start rehabbing it, you got 15 dudes. They keep coming out on the block every day. 1 door, 2 doors down from my place that I'm renovating, and they selling, they hanging out, they playing loud music. And then if I ask them, hey, bro, can you turn on the music or you mind taking it down? Then that becomes an issue with them because obviously they take it as a challenge because it's not like they're enlightened individuals a lot of times. How do we deal with that as a community?
The same way the Jews dealt with it after the Holocaust. They kept the money within. Black people spend either $700 million or $7 billion, as I recall, on Christmas. Mm-hmm. On Christmas. Let me tell you some real shit. They spend money on a holiday that they never even investigated. Mm-hmm. Because if they investigated, they wouldn't even celebrate. It's a scientific fact and a historical fact that Jesus wasn't born December the 25th. Right? Historical fact. Actually, somebody named Nimrod was born December the 25th, and it's in the Bible that people say that they read. Who's the fat white guy with the beard and the tight ass red jail suit? Ain't no chimneys in the projects, bro. Facts. So all that money in the community can build a community. Mm-hmm. It's what you aim your money at. What we aim our money at? The club, popping bottles, shoes, trips. Okay. None of that shit goes.
So, I 100% got you on that. So, what you're saying is, if I want to renovate my house, I need to go to the guys 2 doors down. And instead of asking them to turn the music down, I give them a $20 bill and say, turn the music down. Like, how do you know what I'm saying? Like, how do I get, like, yo, hey, look, my G, I know you selling crack, but here's a 50 spot. Can you sell crack, like, 2 more doors? That, like, how do we?
The thing is, it's hard to tell another man how to eat if he's starving.
Facts.
If you can't create an opportunity for him to change, then you just wasting your breath.
And I'm just being honest. That's
now,
real.
My thing is, if I go to somebody and I'm not in the game, and tell them like, yo, listen, yo, you gotta stop doing this shit, man. They gonna wear y'all, they give you 30 years. He gonna say, oh, what's the alternative? What are you doing? That's why I try to tell people all the time, be a living example of the principles that you pronunciate.
Right.
When you talk, you gotta live it.
Facts.
And it's just fact. You feel what I'm saying?
Right. Now, anybody that wanted to come do some construction, hey, bro, y'all hit me up on Instagram. Y'all can hit me up on,
you got email me.
For y'all. Hey, bro, I got tons of jobs. Like, dead. I ain't not trying to curse. I was about to curse. Dead serious. Like, now, you gonna have to get up and you gotta be on time and you gonna have to work hard. I mean, it ain't secretary work. I'm just being honest with you. But it's good paying work at the end of the day if you're willing to put that work in. So anyway, we still in the building. You know what I'm saying? My man, Grandman.
Right.
Thank you. You being so direct and honest with me. You not dog. I appreciate that, bro.
Man, I'm just gonna tell you how I feel, man. Like one thing about I tell females all the time when they going through shit with their boyfriends or significant other. I said, if you tell you the truth, you gotta respect it. Mm-hmm. Even if you don't like it, it's not a lie. Because what a lie lead to? Another lie. So if you sit here and say, yeah, I got it pregnant, I fucked up. You gonna beat him up because he told you the truth, and you gonna beat him up if you lied to you. Motherfucker ain't got no avenue. That motherfucker straight shot out. He ain't got no turn lanes.
That's facts.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. Alright, so I'm gonna get off that. I think you answered that one already. You done answered 2-3 questions. You killing my sheet here. I ain't gonna know no questions.
Go ahead.
Alright, okay. Now let's straight into the mode of being, because you are now kind of an executive. You've been kind of overseeing a lot of artists, kind of doing light management kind of duties. Just
giving advice, not kind of management, because I'm not going to do the management thing until I get off federal probation. Yeah, right? Because I'm gonna need to travel. See, I really know how to do this. Mm-hmm. I'm traveling. You want to get hot here, you gotta leave.
Facts.
Because you can be hot in Baltimore all day. That shit don't mean nothing.
That is a fact.
But it's like the numbers 800 markets.
It ain't that low.
I understand the point of that.
Yeah. We ain't the #1 market, so we need to get to the #1 market. I got you. So what do you see artists from Baltimore, these younger guys that's coming into the game, or I mean, no matter where they are, what do you feel like artists need to do to help build their brands? Establish the brand first, and then build it.
All right. What Tupac did? Tupac outworked everybody. He wasn't the best rapper. He was true to himself.
Facts.
Rapper good or bad, and he outworked everybody. He got songs now you ain't hear. You know what I'm saying? And then once you know that you're good enough, you learn the business, because it's the music business. Ain't the music game. Ain't the music how many times you press like.
Right.
It's the music business. Get your paperwork right, ASCAP and all that, and then go from there. But the greatest lie you can tell is the one you tell yourself. You know if you ain't good.
That's a fact.
I remember my homeboys tell me I ain't good, and I stand on the stage in front of 100,000 motherfuckers, and they tell me. They gonna tell you. You know what I'm saying?
They gonna tell you. Now, you, whether people know it or not, have a billion great relationships in the industry.
Yes.
You move like an angel. Like you're not gonna, you know what I'm saying? You have that ability.
I got some mean. Listen.
You got mean relationships out here.
I done been in spots with people. Let me just give you one story. I was in the studio with Gucci Mane when he made that song, doom 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 doom. I think I love her.
Okay.
You know that's actually Gucci Mane rapping?
Yep.
Double pop.
What you mean? That girl voice?
Yes, that's him.
What?
Yeah. But hear me out. And I'm just looking like this is the worst song I've ever heard.
Right.
Like, this is the worst record I ever heard in my life. Engineer got it, changed the voice, it dropped. Wow. It was a rap. His first hit single was like 5 years old. It's still new. The world don't know.
Facts. That is crazy. Thanks for giving us the tea. Come on, give us some more tea. What else? What other secret studio session stuff?
I mean that was on some let's go here and shit.
Right.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I don't know him personally. I was just there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I know him. We got a relationship. I'm like, what the fuck?
That's real.
This shit real.
That's real.
I said it's the worst record ever. It's a few of them. It's a few of them he did that I heard like them shit's hot. But when I was there, you just don't know. Like I did a song with Emilio Sparks, some like Freeway and Homeboy, and
State Property.
And this is a true story. We went down to Philly. He go get his engineer. He set up in a room like this, and my brother he rapped so terrible that my brother was really laughing in his face. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is you doing? He wouldn't pay him whatever. The song was hot, and he dropped it, but he said it was called Building the Skeleton because we used to write all that raps.
Right.
He would punch.
Oh, okay. So he would kind of freestyle, mess up. Yeah. All right, take it back. Freestyle.
I had it all. Right. I had the house in the car. Stop. I had the jewels in the bar. I sold 100 or more. Stop. I never went on a tour. That's how you do. You punch. I don't write. I punch. When you hear you think I wrote all that shit, fuck no. I know I was in a meeting with Estelle of DTLR. It's a true story. And you know DTLR do a lot of promotion for these rappers and artists when they come down here. She said it took Rick Ross 3 weeks to finish a 16. So when you hear nigga, you think he hot as shit. He should be hot. It took him 3 weeks. And a lot of times they drop a verse, they go back and redo it and redo it and redo it. That's why I tell dudes, rap your verse, listen to it for a week, and then re-rap it. Now there's a part of you. It's gonna come across more natural.
Got you. That's real. Okay. Let's get into like what I want to get in the ball for a second. All right. So where did you meet?
Ball. I mean, this is a true story.
Right.
Ball grandmother is like a mother to me. Me and Ball uncle was best friends as kids.
Wow.
Yeah, he was best friends. That's how that's how close I know him, like relationship wise. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know, he's younger than the family.
Right.
But yeah, his mother was like my big sister.
Got you.
Coming up. That's how that relationship with Ball, you know what I'm saying? The thing with Ball, niggas say whatever they want about Ball. It's no line in him. He gonna tell you how he feel. He's gonna tell you how he feel. Right or wrong. Because a lot of times I'm like, yo, what the fuck you do that for? Yo, don't move like that. But at that moment, he told you his truth. A lot of niggas will lie. Pump Fake had 2 faces. That's the one thing I like about him. He's gonna tell you how he feel. He's not gonna hide it. Even if he's wrong, he come out like, y'all apologize or whatever, or this and that, but he gonna live in his truth. That's the one thing I respect about him.
So all right, so you saw him probably since he was born till him being grown.
Yeah.
What did you see in him to go, yo, you can rap? I mean, besides him.
No, I heard his music.
Okay, so you heard the music before you started promoting.
Yeah. Listen, I ain't pumping no nigga up. What happened was he was rapping one kind of way. Because when I came home, he was like, honey, look, honey, you had to change to this way. Even if you got this message, and he the one gave me the advice to change something, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
He changed his style. If you listen to Ball, when he first started rapping, he didn't rap like that.
Right.
But what Ball did, Ball had some substance behind his words that little street niggas can relate to. Because Ball was a street nigga.
Right.
Yo, he had no whole bunch of money and shit like that. He was in the trenches. He was in it. He wasn't trying to stunt, you know, some bullshit like that. He was out here doing him, trying to make opportunity for his kids. He had a lot of them, you know what I'm saying? So, but when I heard
he got a lot of kids.
Yeah,
I didn't even know. I remember
all of his kids, man. Ball might be just no.
How many kids Ball got?
I don't know, 5, 6. Yo, no Ball. This no bullshit. Yo, Ball might be in a van.
Ball is the no condoms king out here, bro.
No.
Ball getting it in.
No bullshit.
Shout out Ball.
Listen, Ball. This is no bullshit. Ball might be in the van and had all his kids in the studio with him. How real is that?
That's crazy.
And all of them, the girls, the boys, all of them in the studio with him. He ain't there with us. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm even like, you crazy. But they his kids, they with him.
Right.
He love his kids, like.
Right. Okay.
You know what I'm
okay,
saying?
so you started, because I remember once you introduced me to him, I think he was, he was still trying to get the bubble up. After that, he just exploded.
He exploded, yo. I think it was like timing, him beefing with Moose at the time. They bumping heads, and I like Moose, man. I mean, Moose. Him personally, I like Moose.
Right.
I don't know what him and Ball got into it about. That's not. I stays away from this. I ain't hurt nobody beef.
Right.
But personally, Moose ain't been nothing but a solid nigga since I've been home. Anytime I ask him to get on the record, he get on the record. There's no problem. Every time I see him, he respectful. I'm respectful to him. Man, I like Moose. I never had a problem with him, bro.
So,
but them beefing at the same time, and the music dropping. I think he had a song called "Yeah, the Street Sneed," and that shit was it was perfect timing. It just took off. His name was in the air and just like blew.
Why not? Why didn't y'all try to get them in the room?
I actually tried. I actually tried with Moose. You know what I'm saying? And Moose was like, the way it went down or whatever. I don't really know the full detail, but he was like, yo, the way it went down, I ain't never dealing with Yo, and Yo was like, yo, I deal with it. You know, Ball was on some.
Right.
I don't give a fuck. I'm cool with it kind of shit. You know, Moose is like, I ain't. And I respect both sides.
Right.
I respect You know, man, he Ball, I don't give a fuck it is what it is. Because one time, Ball even gave him a shout out on one of the posters, if I'm mistaken, after the friction.
Right.
You know, but you know what I'm saying? But Moose telling like, man, I ain't. And I respect both of them. They young. They go and do right. You know, they outgrow them sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Not cool.
Okay, so what? Once I think he had that what was it, Cut It remix? Where and then that was like one of his biggest cutthroat money.
I actually like The Streets Need Me better. Mm-hmm. But Cutthroat was, the beat was already, you know, it was already industry.
Right.
He did that.
But he did numbers off of that, man. He got a lot of attention. I mean, I saw him performing at a boxing match. I'm out of boxing match. You know what I'm saying? That was a lit moment for him. And then I think towards the end, I think it really got negative in a point where him and GGO Slick started going back and forth about, for whatever reason, I don't exactly know. But
I'm gonna say this.
What you can do is serve a brother a little bit of.
I sure will. I sure will.
Great tequila. Thank you so much, sir. God, I'm
gonna say this about this situation, and I ain't gonna talk about it anymore.
Okay.
Ball loved Slick. Loved him. That was his man. Like, he talked very highly of him. That was his man. He was rapping. When Ball feel like you betrayed him, fuck you. I just tell you earlier. I say, once an elephant show you got stripes, no matter what he do, no matter, he's always gonna be a zebra. And that's kind of what the situation. I seen Slick after that in Tulsa. I said, y'all need to get together, blah, blah. I said, yo, he'll tell you. This is a true story. Like, yo, why you just ain't tell him what was going on? He said, I did tell him. I said, listen, bro. If you told that man that, he would have told me, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm on that, like, yo, man, let that shit go. That's some phony shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But, yo, really, that was his man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And something happened where as though that shit hurt Ball because some he say, she say shit. And I'm going to say this clearly. Slick was wrong for that. I don't know underneath that, but for that one situation, he was wrong for that. Because this your man. Right. Every relationship I had from Slick was through Ball. And it wasn't no big relationship. Right. But one of the dudes used to be with Slick, which is Six got that sack, man, him real close. And you know, he fell out because of that too, like, with yo.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I ain't got no beef with them guys or whatever, nothing like that. It's just, I'm a fucking man, I'm gonna speak my mind, but yeah, yo. I mean, in that situation, that one situation, yo kinda was wrong. And Ball, once you cross him, it's all the way
it's pretty much all the way there. Dang. And I felt like things got out of hand. I mean, I remember there was an encounter at the I forgot the guy's name. The young kid that boxes, and they were in New York.
Yeah.
And then they had a run in there. And then they had back and forth on social media. And, oh my, it was just so much. And I'm like, y'all are getting away from these artists' real skills and talent.
My thing is, I hope it be squashed. I don't want no. Yo, it's real deep behind that. The shit that I wouldn't even say. Like, it got real ugly. And I hope it gets squashed. I don't want no beefs, but I can't tell somebody how to protect themselves.
Facts. You
know what I'm saying? My thing is, if everybody comes to the table, you got to be honest with yourself first. One thing about me, my nigga, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I ain't got that much pride. Yo, I'm wrong. Can we work it out? No, then let's leave it in the streets then.
Right.
I did come to you, you know what I'm saying? But if you're not even willing to do that, then what's the point?
Agreed. So my next thing is, now both of these gentlemen are on vacation. You know, for unknown amounts of time. To me, I felt like
I know Ball time. Ball be back soon.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Ball, you know, has a lot of talent, has a lot of potential, but because of his passion. You know what I mean? A lot of people are very kind of like,
Yeah, I get that a lot. You know what I'm saying? When I first came home, I had to tell a few motherfuckers, like, it ain't my son.
Right.
He fucking calling me, like, yo, don't keep calling me.
But it kind of goes back to what I was saying before. Like, how do you where's the checks and balances come in? Like I can tell you, I had.
Let me tell you.
I bet ball 3 times. The first time was with you.
Mm-hmm.
Second time he came up to the station with somebody else, and the third time he was outside. I was actually outside of this building shooting with Cleon, the comedian, and like I never had no problems with him. He was he's charismatic. I really like that. I like that about him. You know what I mean? Now some people,
funny motherfucker too.
He's a funny motherfucker, but he also is a type. He's Baltimore. He gonna try to finesse. He's a finesse.
You know who some let me tell you some East Baltimore niggas that you just know they East.
What?
Ball, Moose. These in East, I'm talking about. And while Esco, you know he West.
Facts.
So you see him.
Facts.
That nigga West.
Facts.
But motherfucking Moose and Ball, them niggas cold-blooded.
So for the people that don't live in Baltimore, I want you to define a West Side dude. What makes YBS Scola the quintessential West Side dude, and then what makes like Ball and Moose the quintessential East Side dude? This is.
I ain't gonna speak on them, but I'm gonna speak on my experience.
Right.
When I bought my first watch and my chain, it's because I was hanging with West Side niggas.
Right.
When I was over East, I had a boatload of money. I had Adidas jackets on with Nike boots.
Right.
That's just true. My man from over West was like, yo, you got a JoJo watch on. I said, but it's diamonds. And they said, yo, it's not the diamonds, it's the watch. I was drinking out of Breitling. 2 rollies after that. AP. West Baltimore was straight stunt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
let's be real. Let's come
East
on,
Baltimore nigga get some money and you will never know. West Baltimore get some money, you will know that shit. That's just my experience.
Thank you for being honest. Thank you. Because I was going to be like, yo.
Yeah, you will know that shit.
It'd be like an East Side dude will have mad bread, but he'll have the cruddy haircut. Like, they'll get the shape up tight.
And that's the thing,
and the cruddy be up tight.
Back in the day, when I was at my peak, I had an East Side heart with a West Side swag, because the most money I ever had in my life was with West Baltimore niggas. That's why I'm not caught up on geographical locations.
Right.
I'm from the Troll Projects, my nigga. The most money I ever had in my life was with West Baltimore niggas. Right.
But this is the reason why I make the joke all the time. If I'm over East, we gonna fight, throw chairs, everybody gonna throw down if we got beef. On the West Side, dudes don't want to get dirty, they just gonna shoot you. Because they don't want to get their sneaks messed up.
West Baltimore niggas, they shoot now. back in the early 2000s.
Both sides are shooting now because don't nobody want to fight no more. Everybody's scared. Nobody want to fight. Everybody want to shoot. But back in the day, it'd be like a West Side dude don't want to mess up their outfit. They gonna pew pew pew. That's it. East Side, they gonna rumble with you. They don't mess up. They just bought some Jordans, but they don't mess them Jordans up, stomping you into the mud. Like that's just the way they gonna go.
Yeah, even like in the early 90s, West Baltimore. My man Norman Handy, who was from East, but he had a house on Lexington Terrace. And when he first moved over there, we had to keep going over there fighting these niggas. Then all of us became cool. We used to go down to motherfucking Civic Center and rob motherfuckers and beat them up. And I used to hang with all the West Baltimore niggas. And my cousin was from over there. So when I got put out of East Baltimore schools, I actually moved on Pennsylvania Avenue and was going to Booker T. Wow. So a lot of my relationships over West, I had a hell of an experience here, bro. So that's why I'm not caught up on geographical location. I'm on man time. If you're a man, I'm with it. I'm not caught up on that goofy shit. I'm from East. I'm from such and such. Man, what the fuck that mean?
That don't mean nothing.
Guess what happens when a nigga from you tell him? From around your way tell him? Nothing. Nothing. Both of y'all from the same way.
Both of y'all be sitting in the same jail. That's what it. East Side, West Side, same jail.
Same jail.
All right. So at the end of the day, I gotta ask this question: do you feel like there'll be a time when Ball, Moose, Slick will be all family again, and it'll be
once the industry come here, because I'm gonna make it so. Listen, bro. What's the one language we all get? What's the one language we all speak and is in accord with?
Money. You ain't had to ask the question.
If Slick in that chair right there. Moose in that chair right there, and Ball in that chair right there, and I come in this motherfucker and say, yo, I got a motherfucking deal with Sony. I want to get y'all some money. I'm going to give you 100, give you 100, you 100, yo, but y'all can't beef. What the fuck you think they going to beef? They ain't going to beef? I feel like and have a potential to make millions.
I'm on camera, I got to be honest. Yeah. I feel like Ball, he don't give a goddamn. You can give him $500,000.
No, listen.
Come on, Grandman. Be $100,000.
What I'm saying is, think about this.
Right.
Give Ball $100,000. He ain't even here. Ball wasn't moving because of financial situations.
Right.
He living his own truth.
Right.
If Ball had $100,000, you think he would be in Baltimore? This nigga would be in LA because he was doing it anyway.
Right.
He was all over the place by himself.
Right.
Him and his little homeboys.
Right.
$100 grand, you think gonna be here? Motherfucker gonna be everywhere.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like he got a hard on for.
No.
He loved. I mean, I felt like when he was in the midst of the beef, he loved it. He was just.
No, because he had a little home. That's how we was back in the day. That's why I try to tell. Even my homies be like, man, Ball wild and shit. I said, bitch, you was wild like him. Fuck you mean? You was nuts. You would sell somebody something and break in their house. I ain't tell my homeboy that. You forgot? You was wilder than him. He tried me project niggas.
Right.
Yeah.
So that doesn't mean you give somebody 100 grand is gonna make it better. They gonna put.
No, what I'm saying is I understand how he think.
Fact.
What I'm saying is if he got money, he's leaving. He's on a
so he don't have time to run in your house because he's on tour.
What I'm saying is he's trying to build his brand.
Right.
So he's gonna build relationships all over the place. You got to think. He got a versatile money bag, yo. He paid for that.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Yo got kids. Like, he wasn't rich. So imagine if he had 150,000. He's gone. He's out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. I'm not letting niggas beef about no. Come on, man. Get millions of dollars. I tell you what. Postpone this shit. Y'all can beef with all y'all got 10 million. I can live with that better.
That's what's up. Let's move off of them, man. I appreciate you being honest about that. But let's talk about you. So what's going on? Like 2018.
I got some situations, man.
Can we talk anything about it? Can I get some exclusive info? Like, or I mean, if you don't want to talk about that, I just really love for you to give me details and tell us how you've been doing. Because you were telling me how you've been called into schools, you've been doing inspirational speaking. Yeah. Like, I want you to talk about that, man. Come on, don't be hiding the goodness.
I got some things lined up. That's it's not about the money. Eating the money good as enough.
Okay.
Got a few programs that's in play. And I'm gonna be in the streets, bro. And when I went down I think the City Hall or something, I went down there and I talked to a few people that's in power. I was down there and they introduced me to the man. And I'm passionate about this, bro. I let them know, like, listen, I'm willing to do everything within common sense. Once somebody gets shot, I'm not talking to nobody.
Right.
But if you can get me to these people foot in, I'm willing to talk to them.
Right.
Because loss of life, how the fuck can if you a nigga kill a nigga brother? What am I telling him? Now, if you can get me to these kids before that, I'm willing. And I ain't talking to no police. Just tell me where they at, point me to the direction I'm going over there.
So, speaking of that, the Baltimore ceasefire. You know what I'm saying? DBMG has been financing the ceasefire for the last couple of years. I just saw on the ground today that they're saying they celebrate 9 days without any killings. Like,
9 days.
I mean...
9 days, my nigga. Oh, fuck this shit.
Go ahead, speak on it, but I was about to defend it, but go ahead, speak on it.
It's certain communities in the United States that didn't have a murder in 6 months.
That's the truth. That's a fact.
What the fuck we live at in a third world country? 9 days, my nigga.
It's like bad days sometimes.
Yes, it is. The point I'm making is, this how far we gone. We get 9 days of peace, and we celebrate. It's a tough task.
I mean, so
it's a tough task.
Because on my way driving here, I was thinking about the same thing, and I kind of had the same response you just had. But I had to stop myself and say, well, what are the alternatives? Like, are we gonna pay dudes to not shoot each other? Like, and then who qualifies? All right, well, you got 6 murders and you got 6 murders. All right, cool. If you don't murder somebody else, like you,
education is the key, bro.
Agreed.
The thing is, okay, we gotta educate these kids differently. Listen, they way smarter than we was. They way more advanced. People don't get slower and shorter and dumber. They get taller and faster and smarter. Agreed. So what's going on, you got people in our generation trying to teach millennials that's really faster than us. But they don't want to accept that. They ain't faster than us. They caught their own way. Yeah, these kids are smart as a mother. Yo, my daughter can work my phone. That's how old she is.
4?
A year. Wow. I know know what a fucking phone was, my nigga, when I was a year old. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. These kids are way more advanced. Look at Michael Jordan. Look at Dr. J. Look at LeBron James. He's the same height as Karl Malone. The speed of Allen Iverson. This motherfucker's an alien. You don't get slower or dumber or shorter. You get smarter, faster, and stronger. What I'm trying, you got to educate these kids differently. Education is the key, bro. And I'm not talking about no school education. I'm talking about you being there with an intricate, like on some intricate shit. Be like, listen, me and you together all day long. This how you do it. Now, how can you do it better? I can fix this car. Now, show me what you think I can do it better. You evolve these kids on hand, but you want to give them a bunch of like textbooks and try to teach them how they taught kids in the 70s, huh? Shit ain't gonna work. So,
at the end of the day, do we potentially get more music from Honey Grandman?
No. No, listen. You know some funny shit?
Okay. Did you age out? Come on. I aged out. I don't care how many times people ask me to do a new record. It's not coming. There's no new JS1 record.
Let me say this. The album's done.
Okay.
It's been done for 6 months.
But
I'm passionate about this change thing now. I might just like, yo, I'm just gonna release this, let everybody know it's my last CD. But the things I'm talking about, I ain't no filter on it. I just let it go. I don't want to drop something in there and be like, okay, well, he's saying this and now he's saying this. You feel what I'm saying?
Conflicting messages. Okay.
You're
telling your truth on the music, but at the same time, that doesn't necessarily, you could be talking about something 20 years ago.
I sent the song to DJ Nelly now. I sent the song to DJ Nelly now. And it's called Rat. But it was on my last album. It's me, Moose, and Six got that set. And it's dope. But it flew a lot of kids in there. But I resent it to him because he's transcending that.
Right.
And I let him know, like, yo, this can change a lot of kids. You know what I'm saying? Niggas be ratting. You know what I'm saying? Niggas be ratting, man. But my album is incredible. And I'm not saying that because it's me or I'm arrogant. I got Song of Marsh Ambrosia, man. Listen, man. Yeah, I'm Honey. I'm the real Honey. Yeah, I'm the real. Listen. Listen. You gotta let me hear it. You hear it before you leave. Listen. All right, cool. My album incredible, man. And it's produced by my little brother Taylor Boy Nate, which is my little genius. Now, I ain't gonna lie, my little brother, he's smart. She's smart for absolutely no reason. He's shout out to him. Shout out to Taylor Boy Nate, and a few dudes produced on that. I forgot their name right now because the Patron kicked in. But yeah, my album is incredible. I'm just telling you, but it's gonna be conflicting messages, and I don't want to drop an album and it hinder my growth or hinder somebody from listening to my message.
Right. Do you feel like there will be a time when people will separate the art of Honey Grandman from the mentor, you know, the OG, the grown man?
But I don't even care because I ain't tripping off the art of it, man. Let me tell you something, man. The most peaceful man in the world is the one who has a contented soul. It ain't money to give you peace. It's that you're at peace with yourself. That's riches. That's wealth. That's jewels.
Facts.
So I'm there. Fuck about that shit, man. I'm good. If you don't listen to my music, guess what? I'm still gonna feed my daughter. If you listen to my music, guess what? I'm still gonna feed my daughter. You feel me? If you listen to my message, guess what? I'm still gonna feed my daughter. And if you don't listen to it, guess what? I'm still gonna feed my daughter.
Facts.
Fuck. I'm gonna tell you, this is no bullshit. This is some real shit. I'm down in the casino. Nigga pulled me up and say, I don't like you. Naturally, the project side was like, okay, now what? I'm with my nephew, like, what's up? He's like, no, I'm just saying I don't like you. I'm trying to, what? I said, okay, well, I don't like you then, what's up? And he walked away. The next day, he hit me in the DM like, yo, I was drunk, whatever, but I'm gonna address the situation now. If a fucking roach in Park Heights eating on a cracker in a corner, and I'm down 4 seasons having a drink, why the fuck would I give a fuck about that roach?
Facts.
You liking me or disliking me don't move me, nigga. It only move me if it's ill intent behind it. Are you gonna try to hurt me because you don't like me? No, then get the fuck out of my face. What's wrong with you goofy niggas? You think I care if you like me or dislike me? I don't even know you. You fucking 5'8", 180 pounds of wasted sperm? What the fuck I look like?
I feel you, OG.
Yes, but this the era we live in.
It's the era we live in. I'm gonna give you the flip side of it. Is that they think that their opinion matters. Because you got a whole new young generation that'll read a comment and it'll ruin their day, ruin their life.
That's the point.
I didn't grow up in that time period. I didn't give a flying.
The next day, he hit me in the DM, was like, yo, I was drunk. Listen, I will never speak to this guy again because this should give you a truthful heart. The point I'm making is, why would you think that I would care if your opinions matters to me? Why would you think that? Do I give that off? Exactly. I'm on some grown man shit, like, because I wanted to get physical, like, I was trying to find out that I fuck this bitch in 08. Like, why are you pulling me up? But, and my nephew, they didn't know what was going on. You know what I'm saying? He didn't know what's going on. Because when I go, he gonna go. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't need him, but I'm trying to like, yo, what's next? Like, what is coming from? I'm trying, he just ain't like me. Because I move how I move. Everybody ain't gonna like you. Guess what?
How are you supposed to move? Like, how are you not?
Guess what happened? They hated on Jesus Christ, Pip. I ain't got a chance.
At that point, I'm shutting it down. I'm shutting it down. I want to say thank you so much for just spending some time with me. I love this knowledge. Yo, what can I tell y'all? This dude right here is the truth. Please follow him. It's 100 grand. It's actually 100 G
Grandman.
Boom.
Already
on
man.
Instagram. You got
listen. I actually care. I don't have a Twitter. I don't even know how to work that. We might set it up on it.
You don't need no Twitter.
I don't have a Twitter, Instagram.
I got a Twitter. I don't even be on it.
But yo, I actually care. Like, y'all come talk to me, man.
You got a Facebook now? Dang.
I think I do.
You need a Facebook. You need
my old manager.
You got some cousins down south that you haven't met.
My old manager, he got a Facebook thing. I post. I'm on Instagram. I ain't got time for that.
So yo, definitely represent. You know what I'm saying? Definitely show him some love. Show him some support. Thank you so much for coming. Do you have anything else you want to say before we wrap this up?
No, not at the moment. I'm good, man. I think I spoke my piece.
That's what's up.
Support BBC Radio, man. This is my guy. I love this dude, man. This dude is organic and real, man. He ain't trying to be something he not.
No.
We in here, man. We just cutting it up.
I'm fat and jolly, like fucking Santa Claus out this bitch. Yo, make sure you subscribe to us, our YouTube channel. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at VBC Radio and at JS the number 1 THASUPPLIER. Don't forget to follow my man Fame, KIN9 Designs. You know what I'm saying? That's the man behind the camera.
Motherfucker Patron before I put it in here.
Boom, and we gonna have some more Patron. We up out of here. We love y'all. Peace.
Alright.